Hi everybody, my name is David. This is part 3 of my question and answer videos that I do every single week. So I'm just answering people's questions from last week. Anybody has questions, please go down below into the comment section down there and just type in a question, send it to me, I'll answer it next week, okay? All I want is your locations. Please, everyone, tell us where you're from. Thank you. So Gemini Girl from Kansas asks or says, so I'm the kind of person that will try to make it work, and then I reach a breaking point and I'm able to cut off a person after putting up with their BS for too long. I often wonder if a part of me is broken because it's so easy for me to cut them off without any remorse after dealing with their toxicity for so long. It has been a pattern in my life, and I'm starting to realize most of my relationships have been with people with a personality disorder of some kind. I'm learning that I have codependent issues, but how am I able to reach a breaking point and suddenly coldly cut them off so easily if I truly am codependent? Is this normal for a healthy person or not? It's like I'm doing the healthy thing by getting rid of toxic people in my life, but then I keep finding the same type. Bingo. I'm not going to claim I know, okay? We can call this a guess. I'm trying to help you. But I would ask, what are you doing after you cut these people off, right? Because we have grief, you know? And some people serial date. Some people said, nope, I'm not going to grieve. I'm not going to feel that, right? And go right to the next one, new one, right? And then you'll think, oh, I was able to cut that person off coldly. Well, what if you stayed by yourself? Maybe you would. You start feeling grief. Maybe you're trying to avoid these feelings. Okay. Maybe this is fear of commitment. I don't know how much you commit to people. I don't know. I need more information, right? But seek a professional for this to help you with this. Okay. Sounds like avoidant behaviors. Lots of avoidancy. I would look up attachment styles, avoidant attachment style. I look up childhood attachment trauma. I would look up, fear of abandonment. You might be avoiding people abandoning you. Things like this. So codependent relationships has a tendency to be dependent, right? And that addictive element, we lose someone, break up with them, we fear losing them. That fear of abandonment really comes in if we're dependent on them. You might be trying to avoid all these things, and you might not feel that addictive element when the relationship is over, because maybe you're just jumping right into a new one, right? If I'm addicted to cocaine, and I do cocaine every day, and I want to stop, today's the day I got to stop my cocaine, maybe I'll just start some other drug that's similar to cocaine. So I don't really, I'm not going to tell you about the withdrawals I had from cocaine. I weren't really there, I started doing speed the next day. So, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. Feel free to keep giving me more information, asking me more questions, okay? But man, I strongly recommend seeing a professional. I hope you make sense of these things so we can stop, right? Because a lot of this seems like we don't want to be vulnerable, too. So you may not know how to protect yourself. Thanks. UK 2020, absolute pleasure to watch. Thank you so much. Feeling healed and great. Narcs cut off and living my best life. Oh, good. Thank you for telling me. Right on. I love comments like that. People need to hear this. People that have suffered like you suffered, they love to hear the other side of it. Yeah, because our brains tell us, no, we're never going to get better. This is never going to get better. They're never going to do this, and we suck forever. Yeah, but people saying, hey, I was kind of where you were, and now I'm on the other side. It's great. That's awesome. Thank you. Andrea. Where are you from? I don't know. Please give us your locations, please, when you ask questions. Thank you, guys. Andrea asks, I recently broke up with a covert narcissist. No contact since 2 weeks. We have been together 18 months. I did the mistake to buy an apartment with him. Now the question is, should I convince him now to sell his part to me? Or should I wait till he finds another supply after 6 months, try to negotiate with him, try to convince him, and give his half of money that he paid and have the apartment on my name? So we paid 50-50, and after 6 months, I could have had the 50-50 and $15,000. I get it. Yeah. You both bought an apartment 50-50, and now you want out because you don't want to deal with him anymore. So I'm not a financial consultant. Okay, you can go to a financial advisor, something like that, to help you with the financial part, right? I'm an emotional life coach. So I'm going to tell you, Do whatever you can to get away from him. Who cares about money, right? I don't value money and belongings and properties that much. So, and it's not as important as your emotional well-being, all right? So the more you have to conversate with him, the more it could be damaging, the more he could keep you there. Stuff like this, right? And we have to live in this house that reminds you of the bad, toxic relationship. And you still have to be in contact with him. So my advice is do whatever you got to do to end it. You know, if you're asking me what's the best financial choice, I'm not the person to ask. And I don't want to be responsible for financial loss either, okay? There's people that will help you with that. Thank you. Good luck. I say do whatever it takes, right? End of summer from Missouri. Thank you, David. I'm from Missouri. You're welcome. Thank you. Can you explain why it often feels like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back even after several months of no contact and years of this relationship, knowing the only thing consistent was patterns that hurt me? Hey, you know, recovery, self-growth, self-healing, these kinds of things. It's not just a perfect line straight up, right? Life isn't. There's no one's life that is. It's up and down and good days and bad days, especially this, okay? I'd be really grateful and celebrate those good days. And on those bad days, accept those, okay? It's gonna happen. It's happened. It should be less, right? We're all together, the big pictures, we're progressing, okay? Make sure you have the right help, okay? I say this to a lot of people that are seeing therapists, you know, for many years and their life isn't better. If a professional is helping you this much, but there's one out there that can help you this much, this one's doing you an injustice, and you're worthy of better and more than that, okay? You know, you hear it ebbs and tides, right? It goes back and forth and up and down, and this is the way it is. And you know, it's all kind of like that. How we feel, anxiety, things that we're learning starts clicking, feeling better, and then you know, a friend hurts our feelings, we lose somebody, or we made a bad choice, and it's just life, you know. And we have to start accepting how we feel, and accepting our thoughts, and accepting our failures, and accepting our mistakes. Is this the worst time in your life, worst experience you had? Recovery isn't easy, okay? It's not easy. I say the screwing we get for the screwing we've done, and we've been screwing around in these bad relationships for too long, usually. But look at the big picture. Remind yourself, be reminded by other people, right, that you're getting better. That's the key. That's the idea. Think of, you know, nightmares as a part of this. Most of us have nightmares. The dependency part, right? It's just like, that's really the theme, right? The addiction of this video. People dream about their addictions. People have nightmares. So people will ruminate about their drug that they used to do, right? You'll see this in AA meetings. You'll see people ruminating and talking about the bad times, how awful it was, and also the good times. You know, people, you know, have nightmares that they got high again, and like, oh no, it's all over, and so the nightmares are less and less and less, and eventually they stop. Okay, and that's the important part. Not, oh my God, I had another nightmare, I'm screwed now. It's like, no, but it's been, you know, 6 months since you've had one, and used to have them more often. So track your progress, and that helps when you do that with someone else. Good luck. Thank you. Hi, Coach. I'm from Malaysia. This is Aruj Aziz. Did I say that right? I'm sorry if I didn't, but I can't believe I took a stab at that. My question is, what is the difference between covert narcissist and BPD? I find both very similar. Well, you're listing 2 different personality disorders. So the covert part is that type of narcissist. We try to describe what kind of narcissist. But you have narcissistic personality disorder, and you have borderline personality disorder. And there's 10 disorders, and there's similarities in all of them. All of them. There's overlap, right? There's going to be commonalities. And this is such a common question I've just gotten for years. What's the difference between BPD and narcissist? And I've seen other channels out there say that they're the same thing. And no, they're not. So you want me to list all the differences, and it's just when it's really difficult to do that because it's a spectrum. Both of them are spectrums, and you can say we're all on it. So what's the difference? And they're all a little different too. You got the covert narcissist, you know, you've got the toxic narcissist, you've got the quiet borderline. So when you get into personality disorders, there's lots of overlap. And that's why you need a certain number, a certain criteria to have that disorder. And instead of diagnosing you with 2 different disorders, and I hear this all the time, my ex is a borderline narcissist. Probably not. Probably not. It's just there's so much overlap, you don't know which one. Hope that helps you. Covert narcissist is passive aggressive too. That's a major. You know, they play the victim and passive aggressive. Okay, and that's a behavior that doesn't mean that borderlines are passive aggressive. So there's one major difference. Okay, but it doesn't mean that a borderline isn't passive aggressive. There's that overlap again. Okay. Samia from New York. Hello. If you accidentally fall asleep without saying happy birthday to your significant other exactly at 12 a.m., which is right when it's his day of his birthday, how should their reaction be? Well, I don't tell people how they should react or how they should feel, right? So I don't know. Me personally, I'd rather most people not even know it's my birthday. I don't really care. I'm pretty grown. I've had enough birthdays. So I don't freak out if somebody or my significant other doesn't tell me happy birthday on midnight of my birthday. They can tell me the next day. I know this is a silly question, but my ex's reaction was over the top. He was extremely angry and blocked me. Then went and messed around with someone else. He convinced me his reaction was appropriate. I just don't know how things should be anymore and need help understanding. Boy, do you. Oh my God, you need help so much. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Samia, this is sad. We're in a pretty bad place at a pretty bad time, and he's got a really hold on you, and he's abusing you. Samia, he's emotionally abusing you, psychologically, mental. This is sick, it's awful, and he's totally abusing you, and he's totally telling you it's your fault, taking no responsibility or accountability, and he will keep doing it again until you find the help that you need. If you can't do something on your own, ask for help. I can't tell you just right now what to do, and it wouldn't matter. We got to feel worthy of it. We got to have somebody helping us and saying, you know, cheer us on a little bit. Let's do this. You need support, support, support. And sadly, in these situations, in these relationships, we end up losing the support we have, or we may not have any at all. Hire it. Hire it. This is critical. This is critical. He's going to hurt you over and over again. He might give you a disease, having sex with other people. And it's just going to rip you in half and just tear apart who you are and your self-esteem and self-worth, which it's been doing, I'm sure. I just don't know how things should be anymore and need help understanding. Things should be for you, how they should be for you, and that's decided by you. That's not decided by anybody else, Samia. We need some real self-exploration here. So you know what's important to you and what to do to give yourself what you need. I could go on and on forever, but it just comes down to Samia. You need help. You need help. We need a huge commitment. Huge. And that's maybe, you know, stopping or dropping some other commitments that we have. But we got to commit to this. And we announce it to everybody, and we fess up to how bad it is to people in our life. Okay? And we ask for support. And if people don't want to support you through this, screw them. Screw them. If we don't have people that support us, we hire people to support us. And you should be doing that no matter what. Team Samia, right? This guy is not on your team, is he? So form a team. You're the captain, and get people on this team to help you, okay? Good luck, Samia. I tell everybody, and I've already said it once or twice already in these videos today, that we need a contrast. You've got to get away a far enough or enough time away from this person to start really seeing it. It's like, you know, like I said before, it's like explaining to a heroin addict how bad it really is and all this stuff. Awful, awful. I'm really sorry. Wish I could help you more. Heather from Ontario. Hello, Heather. Just got a text from the ex saying he's been thinking a lot about me lately. Does this mean his new supply is failing? My life is going so great now. Just got a promotion. Wondering if our mutual friend told him. Decided to not respond to the mutual friend. Is this the right decision? I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if your mutual friend is bad for you and toxic, then you might as well get rid of him too. But if you like this friend and value this friendship and he did something you don't like, he or she, you can tell him. Please don't tell me. I don't need updates. This person traumatized me. When you bring me updates, it re-traumatizes me. There's nothing I can do about it. So, you're at your question, does this mean his new supply is failing? Well, what it means, Heather, is this person's unstable. Okay, so he's emotionally unstable and it makes him impulsive. He doesn't process emotions. He doesn't do things correctly. He left this relationship with you and he should be grieving, but he's not going to. You went right on to a new person. And, oh, that new person isn't working for him, obviously. It's like getting a new drug for your old drug. It's not a cure. And this person for him is not a cure. So now he's going to start introspecting a little bit. Might start getting a little depressed. Bottom line, the relationship will always be toxic that he's in. It'll never give him what he needs, right? And he puts value on human beings, like objects. I'm guessing if he's a narcissist. I shouldn't assume that, I'm guessing. But he might objectify people, right? And he use them as objects. So, you know, here I am dependent on these objects to give me what I need. And if you don't give me what I need or what I want, you start, you know, complaining. I'm just going to go to the new one. This is not how it works. He doesn't get it at all. He needs to deal with this stuff, you know, but he won't. He's avoiding all of it. But the emotions still stay open forever if you don't process these emotions. So the more emotions that he has, which he probably does if he doesn't process or heal, just goes right onto another person. So he's got all these emotions open and it makes us unstable. And that's when we quit our jobs or move right away or break up with people or start new relationships or go back to our ex, make bad mistakes, right? Hope that helps. Tell people not to tell you, okay? I know that's hard too. You want to know what's going on. But David, thank you for your response. I moved on for the sole purpose of self-healing. I agree with your response 100%. I feel like I'm stuck on ruminations. Do you have any thoughts you could share on overcoming ruminating? So I watched the part 1. I talked about, I think it's the first question I had. But real quick, people that have hope, they hold on to that hope, right? People that are ruminating about the past, the relationship, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? This is the addictive dependent element. And we also need to grieve. And when we lose things, when we lose people, we tend to introspect our own emotions and how we process these things. We tend to do this, right? And it causes depression. So what is this ruminating? Depression. You're grieving a loss and we need to replace it. And you have an addiction. This is an addiction that you're quitting, and we need to replace that as well. Addictions take up space and time. Relationships and people take up space and time. Okay? So now all this space and time is gone, and we have all this open space and time. So we sit and we ruminate and ruminate. Try to do something else. People, self-interests, okay? Exercise, things like this, okay? Hire somebody. Spend an hour or 2 talking to somebody a week. Okay? Join a gym. Good luck. But trying to understand what it is will help. And I think I helped you a little bit to know what to do. But this depression and stuff means we need help with this. We need to heal. This is stuff that hurts, that we don't understand, and it causes shame, guys. Okay? You ruminating, that means you don't understand, right? And it causes shame. Addictions cause shame, all this stuff, okay? Thank you. I hope that answered your question, and that is it for all the Q&A videos. Awesome. We did it. Everybody, like I say, please ask questions. Ask multiple questions. Ask repeat questions. This is how we heal, and that's what I'm trying to do for you guys as much as I can in videos, which is really difficult, and it's not enough. We need professional help, okay? You guys are worthy of it. You really are. And not having it can be more and more and more damaging. I've seen it so much. I've seen people cut off the help. I have, a lot of people that come see me, and there's so much that I see that we need to do, and they think it's just feeling better, and I make them feel a little better, help them feel a little better, and no, I'm done. I don't need it anymore. And we never finish learning. So we got to learn what happened to heal guilt and shame, okay? And then we got to know how not to do this again. What are we doing? We're trying to have a healthy, loving, growing, functional relationship. So learn what that is. That's something I don't see a lot of people, or most people, do, right? It's the whole thing. That's a whole part of it, right? Okay, enough of that. Thanks, guys. Ask me questions. Take care of yourselves. Love yourself first. Anybody that wants coaching, daviddemars.com. Thank you. Holidays are coming. Maybe I'll do some holiday videos. Thanks, guys. See you again. Love yourself first. Bye.